Kia ora koutou, I'm Tamsin, as Aaron said. Urban Dream Brokerage was actually the brainchild of Letting Space, which is a Wellington not-for-profit arts organisation run by the Wellington Independent Arts Trust. Cara Patterson, her team at the DCC, and Aaron saw it as an amazing opportunity to run a similar thing in Dunedin. So we've been running a pilot, Urban Dream Brokerage Dunedin, for just over 2 years now. And so I'm able to feature some of the projects, but not all of them. There's 23 projects to date. Some of them have been mentioned today. I've accidentally got a slide from one that's already been mentioned. I didn't mean to do that, sorry, so I'll try and talk about other things to do with Urban Dream Brokerage. But yes, let's go. This was the first project we book, and I think it's a great demonstration of what Urban Dream Brokerage does. We find rent-free spaces in the middle of the CBD for innovative and new experiences in the city. We want experiences that no one has ever had before. We want experiences that will bring life and energy to the city. This is one of the other very first projects called Upcycles, which was a bike library, which you could literally go and borrow a beautiful vintage reconditioned bike, absolutely free, complete with a picnic basket, and take it for a spin around the city. They also had some amazing upcycled furniture and things as part of their installation. Echoes, this was an incredible digital project with funding from Gig City as well, actually, by Joe Dixon of Storybox in Wellington. It was an amazing digital mirror created with thousands of images from the Hocken Library, live images fed in from Twitter, and as you moved towards the installation, it took on your reflection. Unstitched, as Fiona has already been telling us about, was a fantastic project that engaged people in workshops and discussion about ethical fashion and positive fashion practices. What I'd like to say about Unstitched was that it was so successful in the first instance. They actually did another Unstitched last year, so it had actually happened twice. And Urban Dream Brokerage loves to support projects again. This was called Sightworks by dance students from the University Dance Studies Department. It was in Wall Street Mall. It included a vacant shop, the common thoroughfare, the glass box, which is up on the top of the wall at the end of the mall, and the stairwell, and they danced throughout the mall during shop hours. Frankenfoot by artist Lou Clifton used upcycled shoes to create basically new versions of shoes. It was fantastic. And they had an exhibition of the shoes as well, and that was held in the middle of town too. So Urban Dream Brokerage, at the moment, brokers projects and spaces for projects right in the CBD, right in the heart of town. This was called The Cloud is Queering by artist Val Smith, who was the Caroline Plummer Fellow at the University of Otago at the time. She also used the undermarket space like the Youth Orchestra, and her project was about experiencing public space for those who are queer, transgender and of diverse gender. Not Echoes, this was called Retro Games Museum. This was brilliant as well. It included this amazing collection of retro games from a guy called Clinton Rowe in Dunedin. I think it's one of the biggest collections in Australasia. You could go into the space and play games such as Nintendo and Pac-Man. It was divided into different retro-styled lounges. We had over 3,500 people through in 10 days. Citizen Stylist by Margot Barton, Professor of Fashion at Otago Polytechnic. She's had 2 Urban Dream Brokerage projects thus far. You could go into the space as a member of the public, try on designer and emerging fashion, and Margot would document it, photograph it, and then she's since had exhibitions, I think, travelling around Wellington, etc., of her work. Sunroom, also funded by Gig City, by Trudy Lane. Aaron mentioned it earlier. It was a live feed from a solar telescope on the top of Otago House, and also one in Dresden, Germany. So when the sun ran out in Dunedin, we got an extra 3 hours of sunlight in the middle of winter, and you got to see the sun surface. That's just a few of our projects. If you're interested or inspired by doing your own Urban Dream Brokerage project in the middle of the town, please come and see me or check out our website. Thanks.